As a brand photographer, I have the luxury of having as many photos as I need to use in my business. It's a really great perk of my brand, but that might not be true for your brand. So I want to give you a few tips of how you can take amazing photos with just your iPhone. Now, of course, this works for any phone, as long as you have a smartphone and a decent camera on it. But I'm a little bit biased because I love the iPhone for their amazing camera quality. So here is the essential way that you create a flat lay or an ability to create product shots for your business. This setup is super easy and really cost effective. I just have some plain poster boards that you use for those like science fair projects a million years ago. And I have another board one that has a vinyl sticker on it that I got printed from a print shop, and another one that's laying on top of it that's actually just like a rolled up piece of vinyl that is marble colored, and I bought it off of Etsy. It was like $50. But you can of course just use the plain white and have white everywhere. Or I even have a little secret that on the back of this whiteboard is actually my signature teal color. So I can use this to add a pop of color into my Instagram feed anytime I take photos with flat lay. For the example of this shoot, I'm gonna go ahead and keep it all white. So as you can see, my whole setup here is in front of a big window. Now it's actually really great because we got some snow recently. So there's a ton of reflective surfaces out there, meaning even more light is coming in here. The important thing to remember here is that you do not want direct sunlight. So you don't want the sun actually coming in here and casting shadows. You want this like reflective surface. If you were outside, this would be the equivalent of taking photos in the shade. I like to face everything towards my light source, which is a window or an open door, anywhere where your main light is coming in. And then I use reflectors to reflect light back from the opposite angle. So the light is coming in here, it's bouncing off of this and hitting this side, which means I'm gonna have a lot less shadows off to the side. Same is true with this piece. The light is coming in, some of it is hitting here, and it's bouncing back. These two sides are providing the most amount of light for my objects. This is gonna add a little extra as well as give me a solid background surface just so you don't get anything behind me in the photo. This is a pretty simple setup. So let's go ahead and take a couple photos. So I take it out here. There's all this great light. I snap the photo. Now maybe I'm like, you know what? The plant's a little bit too much. So we'll take the plant out. I'll go back over, take the photo. And then you can start to play around with things. Change up your props, change up the orientation, maybe only have your product in the photo. Give yourself a little bit of variety. You don't have to make final decisions now. You'll do that when you edit the photos later. Now we're going to change up our photos. I've taken the backdrop off of the previous one with the marble and I'm using the one with a vinyl sticker on top. Again, it's the same kind of board, just with a big sticker on it. So you can go to any print shop and have them create these for you. I'm looking for a darker, moodier photo. So I don't need all of the white reflections. In fact, I actually want less reflection. So I'm going to remove this white one and use black as my backdrop. This is going to create a mood. Now, one of the key things is that I'm going to be taking my photo from this way. So my phone will be set up this way to shoot. So this is the background and this is the ground. And then I can have this whiteboard and the other whiteboard on the other side using as reflectors to bring light in on the sides. This way, my background is dark and my foreground is dark. So I get that moody feeling that I want in my feed. But the two sides are still reflecting light so that my objects pop. Now you've seen all of the ways that you can use a simple setup that just costs a few dollars to create really great product photos for your social media or your website. These same principles that I taught you about light coming in and using reflectors works for people too. You might not set up boards as backdrops or foregrounds, but you can still use these same white reflectors to reflect light onto your subject. Just make sure you're having them stand in front of the window so that the light is coming in, and you as the photographer have your back towards the light. This is key to making sure that all of the light that you want to get on your subject is getting on them and is creating this beautiful lighting with not all these harsh shadows, so their skin looks great, they feel great, and your products look great.